I have a beautiful edition of The Wind in the Willows for you today. It's a Centenary edition. It came out in 2007. It was published especially for the 100 years of The Wind in the Willows. This is not a sticker. This is directly on the cover. It's an integral part of the dust cover. The dust cover has various parts of it that is in this shiny silver, including the title itself and the spine. There we go, and the logo at the bottom there. It's very nice. On the back of the dust cover, you get a lovely illustration by Robert Ingpen, which is very nice. And on the inside, you have some biographies of Kenneth Grahame, the author, and Robert Ingpen, the illustrator. The end papers are very beautifully illustrated as well, on both sides. And let me show you the cover itself. Let me focus in a little bit on those end papers for a little while. Those sketches are really quite lovely. They give a very nice first impression when you open the book. This is the cover. It's a nice texture. It is cloth, but it's I mean, you can see how it's reacted to being embossed. It's quite nice. So you can see the silhouette of the mole there and the rat on the boat. Again, that silver stamp on the spine, and the back is just the plain cloth. And let's get stuck in. So yeah, there's a little note there for my son, as this was a gift. Very kind gift. It is the entire book, which is it's actually quite long. I've read the whole thing to my son a little while back. There are passages that are less familiar because they don't make it into the audiobooks and into the films and the TV shows that you might be familiar with. The book, of course, is quite wonderful. I was first introduced to The Wind in the Willows through a series of cassettes in the early 1980s called Storytellers. If any of you remember those, it was a fortnightly magazine that came with 6 stories every 2 weeks and a cassette tape with some great actors, beautifully produced tellings of the stories inside, and it was full of actors who at the time were, not quite in their prime yet, but people like Brian Blessed and Dame Judi Dench, who wasn't a dame quite yet, who were trying to make their ways in the industry, and of course if we tried to publish those tapes nowadays, the royalties would just go through the roof. It would be quite impossible. However, if you're resourceful around the internet, you can find recordings of those gems. I do recommend them. It's storytellers, and YouTube is a good source for that. Yes, and I'm just showing you these illustrations from Ingpen, and as much as I'm used to the Arthur Rackham illustrations. These are really very, very lovely. He's captured the pastoral feel of the story in a very nice way. It does feel like the English countryside. That's exactly what you get when you open the book. Quite lovely. Show you just a few more pages. Wild wood, badger. Okay. What else can I show you? Mr. Toad, of course. Getting a taste for automobiles. And then there's this very lyrical chapter, which is absolutely not written for children, where they meet the god Pan. I bet you didn't remember that from The Wind in the Willows, unless you're very familiar with the work itself, of course. Far more famous chapters of Toad ending up in jail, having to dress up as a washerwoman to escape. Very nicely captured there. The pages are nice and thick. It's a real keepsake. It's a lovely work of art. Okay, should give you a vague idea of what you get inside. And then the story ends. And you have those lovely end papers again. With Ingpen's sketches. Very, very nice book. Hope you liked having a look at that. It's certainly a treat for me. Do give me a thumbs up, as always, if you like the video, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. And I will have some more videos of some nice books coming up in the very near future. Take care. Bye.